Guys, my name is Melissa. If you didn't know, I am a solo esthetician here at Honeybee Spa Studio, and I wanted to share with you guys my opening checklist from when I started my business to how I do it now. So if you're interested in videos like this, I have a whole series dedicated to solo estheticians here on my channel. If you have any questions or concerns, comments, any tips and tricks that you would like to share with all the rest of us, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I value your support and all of your feedback, so please do not hesitate to reach out. I was just reading through my opening checklist when I first started my business because I did not know, like, coming straight out of aesthetic school, I didn't really know the ins and outs of like opening up my own place or opening up or starting the day. Let's just put it like that, just starting the day from as an esthetician. So going off the top of my head, when I used to go to school, I decided to just write out a checklist and then go based off of that. As time went on, I no longer have to use this form or this checklist because I already know it off the top of my head. But for those of you that are just starting and want a little bit of help with your opening checklist, that's what this video is for. It just makes me so happy to know the things that I've learned and the things that I have added or taken away from this list, because you learn as you go. So the first thing here for my opening checklist says change into uniform. Now most times I come into the studio already wearing my uniform, or I come in casual if I have a wax for that day or several waxes more than facials. I'll just wear casual clothing. But if you'd like, you can always keep your uniform here and change into your uniform and change out of it at the end of the day. Whatever makes you feel comfortable is what you should be doing the most. The second thing, number 2, is to turn on the table warmer. Now I've added with that to turn on your wax pot, your towel warmer, everything that needs to be turned on and started so that it can prep all the rest of your things and you'll be ready. You won't have to sit around waiting for it. The reason why I say turn on the table warmer is because during the winter months, I live in New York, so if you have winter and summer seasons or like different seasons in the year, you do want to be mindful of what you'll be turning on and using for your clients. After that, you turn on your wax pot, like I said, towel warmer. That way when you put in your towels, they're nice and warm already. Number 3 is turn on the steamer and fill it with distilled water or regular water. Now, my steamer only takes regular water. You don't have to use distilled water for it. But there's other steamers out there that require distilled water only. If not, it can actually ruin the inside metal of the coils of the steamer. So you do want to be careful with that. Definitely read the manufacturer's label and the manufacturer's booklet to know what exactly you should be doing with your steamer and your implements and machinery and all that good stuff. And the reason why I say to turn on the steamer is because you want to make sure that the steamer is not sputtering water out, and you want to make sure that it's functioning properly. It's actually heating up the water. So I do like to turn on the steamer right as soon as I come in. That way I know that it's working and functioning properly. Number 4 is place bolster under the sheets. Now, if you have a bed that needs a bolster, then absolutely, definitely do that. But for me, my table does not need a bolster. The foot part or the leg part actually does lift, so it lifts the legs to ease the pressure off of the lower back. But usually I just do that when my client is already here. I wanted to also add for number 4 is you want to prep your sheets and your blankets, your towels, like the towel that you lay out on your bed, anything like that, your throw blankets, anything like that. You want to prep them for the day. So if you have 4 clients, you can take out 4 sheets and you place them somewhere hidden. That way you won't have to be going up and down and in and out of all your drawers all day. It'll be in one spot. You can just reach it real quick and turn over the room faster than before. Number 5 is prep your hot towels. So like I said, you have your towel warmer on. Now we're going to prep the hot towels or the warm towels. So what I like to do to make the process work faster is I'll wet each and every one of my towels individually, but I'll wet them with hot water. So of course being careful it's not too hot for my hands. I'll wet them with hot water, get them nice and soaked, and squeeze all of the water out. That way the towel is nice and damp and it's not soaking wet. And then I'll roll them up. If you guys want a video of how I do all this stuff, you can definitely let me know in the comments box below. But I'll roll them up and place them in the towel warmer. Another tip I have added for my towel warmer is taking a little cotton pad and putting a little bit of essential oil that I would like for that day to inside the towel warmer on the bottom shelf, just so that the towels inside there can smell like whatever essential oil I'm using. Most times I use either eucalyptus or lavender oil, and the towels don't have oil on them specifically, but the scent of the oil is in the towel warmer, so it does infuse really nicely. Plug in all your modalities meaning your equipment that you'll be using throughout the day for your clients. Of course, your wax pot is one of them, but you can also like plug in your LED light therapy. You can plug in your high frequency one if you're using it. You can plug in your micro scrubber if you're using it. Most times they come with a charger, or make sure that they're charged if they require a charge. Any other modalities that would come into play would be your microdermabrasion machine, your hydrodermabrasion, anything that needs to be plugged in and prepped for that day that you'll be using. Make sure that they're plugged in. That way you're not fumbling around with the plug while the client is here, and this is just to cut that out. I did put here place skincare to be used on or in your trolley. I already have my trolley full of all the skincare on the second and third shelf. However, I do not use my first shelf for all my clients. My first shelf is for my specific clients. So I'll take a look at their skin and see what they need as they come in, and that's what the first shelf will be used for, only for their skin type and their conditions and concerns. Of course, once you see that your steamer is on and working, you can turn it off. Next step is throw away your personal items. I have a coat hook right there that I put my coat and my sweaters in. I also have a bin that I can put my sweaters and other clothing that I don't need inside that, and inside my storage bin for the bed. It has its own storage, so I have a bin that's in there specifically for my purse, my bags, my sweaters, my jackets, anything like that. Turn on music, light candles, oil diffuser. Definitely want to make sure that your music is turned on and at a comfortable volume. You want to make sure that your light, I have a little diffuser that also is a light or lamp, and the light changes colors. Light your candles. I also have a new candle, which is amazing. It's lavender scented, which smells so good, guys. It smells the room so beautifully, and this room is pretty tall, so you would think that it wouldn't scent the room. It does. It smells really, really good. And then of course I have my Himalayan salt lamp on the table. You do want to light that. I turn off my 24-hour light that lights up my sign. I turn that off because we don't need it to be lit while the client is in here. Prep the tools that you need for your appointments. So if I have like 3 facials and a wax, I want to make sure to take out all 3 of those facials, supplies and implements that I need. So that'll be my aesthetic wipes, my sponges, my brushes, my spatulas, all that good stuff, my gloves, everything. I like to set them up separately and put them away. That way they're ready for each client. I won't have to be looking for it as I turn over the room. Everything's already done. Lastly, here is prep forms for appointments. So most times I'll have my clients come in, but before they come in for their appointment, I like them to complete their forms online via JotForm. JotForm I use because it's super easy to have a template for everyone to see. You can put your own logo on it, and you can use it and have people fill out their forms via your own website. You can connect it that way. You won't have to email each client individually if you don't want to. You can definitely do that, but I feel like it takes a lot of time and effort just to do that. I'm trying to work smarter, not harder. So what I did was I have my forms on my website, so people can just go ahead and click via my website for JotForm, and all of it is tied together in one spot. They won't have to be jumping from one website to another. I won't have to individually send out emails to people. It makes it so much easier. Another thing is that if they don't happen to fill out the form on JotForm online, you can go ahead and text it to them if you have the time, or if not, if they're here and they have yet to fill out the forms, you can pull it up on your JotForm account, pull up your form, and fill out the form while they're inside your room. That way everything is done. You have all your consent forms on there. You can speak to them step by step about what each question means, and you can really just get into the details of the form and explain yourself a bit better. The licensing inspection checklist. So I feel like this is super helpful just to keep on the back of your head on a daily basis when you're opening and closing your space. This, I actually downloaded it from the Division of Licensing Service of New York State. So since I'm located in New York State, I look for my state to figure out what they actually look for when coming in for an inspection. So I like to go through this and make sure that I'm actually covering all of my bases following this form. So that is it for this video. I hope this video is super helpful for you guys. If you guys want to know about my closing checklist, and we'll go over it together so that we can update it as needed. I hope this helps. I really do. I really love doing videos like this, and if you guys want to see like actual services, like facial services that I provide. But thank you so much. I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Be safe out there, guys.